Good morning and welcome to the Northland News. I'm Jessica Peters.
And I'm Rudy Harper. Jessica, I had the amazing opportunity to travel with a master's class to Italy, and the Colosseum was something to see. Check this out. The building right behind me is one of the most impressive structures in the Roman Empire. Records show this optical amphitheater was able to at least hold 50,000 spectators. The Colosseum, an iconic symbol for the Roman Empire.
Jaw-dropping.
Is what most Park University students said about the monument. Destiny Washington, master's student from Dallas, Texas, was amazed.
It's amazing. You see it in TV all the time, but to see it in real life, it's different.
And amazing it was to see. People from all over the world come to view the structure, but it could be, at times, too much to take in.
Honestly, when I first walked into the Coliseum, I kind of looked around and I didn't have much of a feeling while I was there. I looked around and I took it all in, and then once I left, then all of a sudden it sort of hit me. I was like, you were just at one of the most historic spots in the world.
Historic indeed, but what happened in this Coliseum during the Roman times?
So many things happened there, so many great and terrible things happened there, and it kind of hit me once I had left, like what I had just seen, but not at the time.
And what all the park students said is this unbelievable moment they will cherish forever. For Northland News, Rudy Harper.
In news, it's that time of the year again. Next week, the Parkville campus will be holding the 7th annual Student Research and Creative Arts Symposium. The symposium will feature work from students from all disciplines and campus locations. Students will be presenting research, papers, and posters, as well as drama and music performances. Make sure you check that out as it comes to an end on Thursday.
Last Friday, several park students were hoping to get their hands on some free cash. PSAP sponsored the Dash for Dollars game show, where students could compete for cash and a chance to win $500. The show consisted of 4 rounds, and the final contestant got to spend 30 seconds in a money machine containing $500. Comedian Ralph Theta hosted the show in the Thompson Commons.
Let's go! You got it! Stop it!
Good news for students who are planning on going to med school. Park is now part of the Medical Scholars Program. The program offers early and guaranteed admission to undergraduate students who are interested in applying to med school from participating universities.
And students can apply to the program at the end of their sophomore or junior year. For more information about the program, email Donna Howe at this link.
In Park University's underground, the McAfee Memorial Library has set up a display in acknowledgement of the famous catastrophic end of the Titanic. April 15th marks the 100th year anniversary after the luxury steamship sank in the North Atlantic.
Over 1,500 people perished that night. Albert and Sylvia Caldwell are 1909 Park graduates that boarded the ship. They survived the shipwreck, along with their son, Alden. The library's display has actual news articles, photographs, and books based off the disaster. And downtown Union Station has also set up a display for the public to view. Graduation is coming soon. May 12th is right around the corner, and all graduating students will be looking for jobs. But do they have enough experience to face the real world already? Rafael Vieira has more.
After graduation, everyone expects the same: to get a job. After 4 years of learning and a lot of classes, you are supposed to face the real deal, and sometimes the students are not quite ready. According to Lane Prenger, Director of Career Development at Park University, a good way to get more prepared is to do an internship while you are in college.
It's important that you get out there and make some of those connections in the industry you want to work in.
The ideal time to do an internship is right after you are done with your sophomore year. That's when companies start to look for students because
they've got that basic college knowledge, and then they can train them to do their job, that type of thing.
According to Prenger, the main goal is to build connections and to gain experience. Money should not be a main factor.
Take that unpaid experience and use that to market yourself for your next opportunity, and you're just going to go up the ladder.
David Utiati is a junior at Park University, and to get to dental school he plans to get an internship. His main goal is
to gain knowledge for dental school.
And if you ask if he's worried about getting paid, he says,
not really, because all I'm looking for is experience right now, so as long as I get the exposure that I need.
On the other hand, April Biggerstaff is doing an internship right now to become a social worker. Without this experience, April is sure she wouldn't have the necessary skills to become a social worker.
I think there's no way that you could go be a social worker without any kind of experience, because there's so many things you can do with social work.
When I ask about payment for her internship, April smiles.
It's unpaid.
Unpaid? Mm-hmm. Why you make that face in there?
It's difficult. It really is. It's very difficult.
When we talk about the experience she has gained,
it is worth it. Yeah, it is definitely worth it.
But if you are a junior or a senior and never did an internship,
get busy. Yeah.
Parkville has a big list of available internships. Just contact the Career Development Center by calling 816-584-6407. And if you are alumni, you can still use their service as well.
Service is always available, but we hope you take advantage of them while you're here.
Reporting for the Northland News, Rafael Vieira.
A special exhibit from the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum has made its way to Park University and is sure to be a big hit. Shades of Greatness is a collection of 35 specifically commissioned works by national and local artists. The collection is the first collaborative art exhibition inspired by the history of the Negro Leagues Baseball. You can catch the exhibit in the Campanella Art Gallery now through April 27th. And after months of questions, Park Student Activities Board have finally announced their Spring Fling event. This year with some new twists. Chad Treves has more on the story.
Basically on April 25th, we'll start out with the carnival, right?
Right, the carnival with all the games and activities. We got ring toss, hammer toss.
Okay.
Last year's Spring Fling brought fairly negative reception, so for months it had seemed that there would be no Spring Fling this year. But after deliberations, the Park Student Activities Board, or PSAB, decided to have a Spring Fling event this year, but with some major changes.
They planned, like, there was never not going to be a Spring Fling. It's just that with, how we were trying to do things differently this year compared to the old Campus Activities Board, we're just changing up the whole thing. So we had always planned on having this event. It's just, it was not called Spring Fling anymore. It's called Unity or Bash.
The members of PSAB have been meeting tirelessly over the past few weeks to make sure everything will be ready for their big day on April 25th.
When we were asked if there was a Spring Fling, we did answer no in the beginning, just because we were changing up the name. We wanted to.
Instead of an entire week of festivities, this year's Spring Fling, which has been renamed to the End of the Year Bash, will begin with the carnival setting beginning at 4:30 and going until 7, when the traditional dance will begin.
Just a dance, but if we still have a dance afterwards, we're also having basically a barbecue on the chapel lawn with games and stuff. So it's like Spring Fling but better.
Despite the negative reaction to last year's event, the leadership at PSAB is confident that the new carnival setting will appeal to all.
Have a really fun dance, and it's not going to be like the old dances that people didn't have fun at.
All in all, PSAB hopes to bring fun times to all students at this year's event and keep everyone entertained and continue for the years to come. This has been Chad Reeves reporting for Northland News.
All students are invited to this year's End of the Year Bash on April 25th at 4:30 on the chapel lawn, with weather permitting.
After being flooded for months, English Landing Park in Parkville will reopen for the community on April 12th. The mayor, along with many others, will host a ribbon cutting at 9 a.m. The day will also include a tree planting in recognition of Arbor Day. This is to symbolize the rebirth of the park following the 2011 flood, which killed approximately 100 trees throughout the park. The city staff is working to make sure everything is ready for the reopening.
In sports, for most college athletes, their senior year is the end of the road. Rico Anderson caught up with one student who doesn't want to quit just yet.
Push. Forward. Becoming a professional athlete is the pinnacle of any athletic journey. Being a hard worker is the one trait most professional athletes share. Justin Harrison, a senior at Park University, saw his collegiate basketball career come to an end last month. However, he isn't quite ready to call it quits just yet. Since the season's end, Harrison has been working hard in the weight room because he knows that he'll have to get a lot stronger if he wants a fair chance at excelling on the next level.
I don't feel like I was strong enough this year or in the past while I was playing in the post. I think weightlifting is going to take my game to a whole nother level. I've seen players from the past go to the next level, and weights really exploded their talent, and I hope it does the same thing for me.
His workout partner, John Merriweather, is a former Park University basketball player who received All-American honors in consecutive years as a Pirate.
Come on, come on.
Though Merriweather experienced great success during his collegiate career, he noticed a difference at the professional level and had to adjust.
It was different. Like, guys are athletic here in the States. Everybody can jump. Everybody's fast. Down there, it's more so everybody's fundamentally sound. Like, everyone can dribble, everybody can pass, everybody can shoot. You playing against really smart players.
Merriweather has excelled on the next level, and he knows the importance of weightlifting when it comes to competition.
Weightlifting is very important as far as playing on the next level because guys are a lot bigger physically. So if you really want to compete, then you have to put in the work in the weight room to get yourself a lot stronger. Plus, it'll make the game easier, and being that you'll be more athletic, a little bit faster, you know what I'm saying? Everything just comes together from working out like that on your own.
Harrison says he'll continue to lift weights during the entire process, but no matter how much he lifts, he's uncertain about exactly what country he'll end up in.
No, I actually don't know where I'm going right now. The process is long. You know, it's a lot of politics, you know, but right now I'm working to get where I need to go. I have to go through a lot of camps, showcases.
From the Park University Fitness Center, I'm Rico Anderson with the Northland News.
Park's women's golf team has been busy breaking school records. The ladies recently broke a school record shooting .326, but then shattered that record on Tuesday with a score of .319. However, even with the great team effort, the ladies took third place in the William Woods University Invitational. But they are back at it on Monday, where they are headed to Iowa to take part in the Grandview University Invitational.
Not only that, Jessica, they have an outstanding GPA also. When I used to play basketball, they used to take the award every year as having the highest GPA in sports at Park University. They average like a 4.0 or something like that. So
student athletes put in a lot of work.
Yeah, they're outstanding. The Pirates have been on a winning streak lately. The Park baseball team took on Benedictine Springfield this past weekend and split both doubleheaders. Players Kyle Clifton and Lance Kays had big hits this weekend. They are entering the 4-game AMC series this weekend, still tied for second place with William Woods University at 7-5. The guys are back in action this weekend, taking on Hannibal LaGrange at Hannibal.
The men's volleyball team is getting ready for a big tournament. They were invited to play in the 2012 Takakura NAIA National Invitational Tournament.
6 teams from 4 different states will be competing for the top spot. This will be Park's 12th time in the tournament. The games are scheduled to begin April 12th in Davenport, Iowa.
Thanks for watching this edition of the Northland News. And don't forget that Friday is Good Friday, so there won't be any classes.
Yes, and we will see you next time for the latest in Park News.